Let's paint a fall truck. All right. Come join me and let's paint a fall truck. If you're joining me live, let me know. Say hello below. If you're joining on the replay, be sure to hashtag replay. And as always, you know my routine. See, I think that's going to be upside down. If you would do these 3 steps, it would help grow our page tremendously. How is everyone today? Hope you're doing good. It's raining here in West Texas. It's been kind of nice. We don't get rain very often, so we're soaking it up and enjoying every bit of it. And I got all my paper towels filthy. So I painted this truck the other day, and I'm getting ready for a fundraiser paint party coming up next month. And I wanted to do it in another color just so I could have fun and see what it's going to be like. Give people more options. I always like to do that. So we're going to paint this truck in a different color today. But first I have to show you guys. I've been painting all morning. So for my teacher friends, I just finished this one. And I just have to add the hanger and the bows. This one's going to be available ready to be purchased. So if you're interested in this, I have 2. I have this one, and I switched it up a little bit. And I also have this one. Yeah, you can see it. So I just have to add the hangers. And then I've got another design I'm painting later today for teachers also. So if you're interested in either one of these, send me a message and I can get it either shipped to you, or if you're local to the West Texas, Andrews, Seminole, I can hand deliver it to you. So, and another thing I want to show you before we get started. As you know, I've been promoting it a lot because it is a dream of mine that's finally coming true. We are going to start our subscription boxes, and they'll be door hangers. It's not this particular door hanger. Each month will be something new, something unique, exclusive only to my subscription club people. But this is a fun little goodie that's going in the August box. And I was shopping the other day and I wanted something a little different because each box will come with a bow or ribbon to make your own bow. And I found these cuties at Hobby Lobby. You know, it's kind of a glare. But just something fun that I'm going to add to the box. Kind of gives you an idea. August will be fall themed to get us started. But that'll be fun to put on top of your bow. Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm going to do my favorite one, this light turquoise. I think I'm going to make the truck itself light turquoise. And what's fun about all of my designs, as I have said before, you can see it on here. I'll raise it up a little bit. See if it'll focus. All my designs have the design traced into it. So all you got to do is paint in the lines. I really try to make it easy and relaxing for you. Make sure it's in the camera. So let's get started. I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. Okay. When you hop on, let me know. Say hello down below. Where you're watching from. If you're not local, let me know. We're just going to start painting. And it's super easy. I've done this before. Y'all have watched me. And I'm going to paint over everything right through here because these are going to be the lights and it's going to be okay. I'm going to paint them gray. It's not going to matter that it's going to cover that turquoise. Again, this is for a fundraiser paint party for, it's called Kairos. I'm hoping I say this right. If somebody's from the ministry hops on, let me know. Kairos Outdoor Women's Ministry. It's a prison ministry for women. And they are raising funds next month to help with their, they have a retreat that they do every year. And so they raise funds for their retreat. And I'm assuming that's what this one's for coming up, is to raise funds for that retreat. So if you are in the Permian Basin area, I'm going to post a link down below after this video is over. And you can see where to sign up. It's going to be the next to last Saturday in August. I think it's I have to look at my calendar. The 24th of August. here in Andrews, but if you're in the Permian Basin, come drive. It's worth the drive. Come paint your truck. Enjoy some fellowship with the ladies. They're a lot of fun. Money for a good cause. Proceeds, every ticket sold, every hanger sold that you come and paint, a portion of the proceeds goes back to the ministry. So it's a great time. Come join us. So I'm just painting over all of it. Simple, simple. Told you before, you don't need a whole ton of paint. Don't make it thick. It doesn't need, you know, a gallon of paint on this little bitty bit. You can always come back and add a second coat if you want, but we always add accents, so you don't necessarily need to do that. I am even going to paint over this little bit right here because it's going to be brown, and you're not going to, it's going to be able to, the brown's going to come over it, so it's going to be okay. Again, I don't think I've showed you. I'm just using this kind of a brush, but you can use any brush you're comfortable with. It does not matter. Whatever you're comfortable handling, that's what you use. I'm going to come back on this little spot in a minute with my angled brush and fill that in. This one is very easy, very relaxing to paint. That's why I like it. You can pop you some popcorn, put on your favorite TV show and paint. Or come join us at the paint party. Grab you a tea, grab you a coffee, and come paint with us. They usually have some really fun snacks too. The ladies really try to pamper all the painters when they come to their fundraisers. I don't want to go inside this line with this color. I'm going to come back here in a minute and we're going to do a lighter blue to make it look like the sky is reflecting. Am I worried about the edges? No. Told y'all that before. I don't worry about the edges because there's no need. The edges are not going to be seen when it's hanging on your door or sitting on your shelf or wherever it is that you're going to put it. It's not going to matter. So if you join my subscription box, it's going to launch August 1st. Hopefully you've seen my post about it. There is only a limited opportunity to sign up for the August box. So August 1st through the 5th, if you sign up for the August box, and it is a recurring monthly payment, you can cancel at any time, or if you want to switch between boxes, between the DIY kit or the one that I paint for you, you can do that too. You just have to log onto your account from my website, change it up. I'm trying to make it very easy. Anyway, those that join August 1st through the 5th will get a special little extra fun gift in your box. Those that, and then it'll close, the doors will close on the August box on August the 10th. That will give me time to get them painted, get them done, get them shipped out to you. My goal is to ship the DIY kits. My goal is to ship by around the 15th. Hopefully that will work. And the painted ones will be by hopefully the 25th. Just in time for you to hang them up for September. Okay, so now all I'm doing, can you see me? Yeah, I'm just taking a little bit of that turquoise, a little bit of the white, and I will probably have to mix up a little bit more, but that's okay. And this is going to be our inside piece, and this is like the back window of the truck. I am not worried about painting over this stuff. Again, this is going to be brown and dark green. It'll cover this light blue. And you could paint this a lighter shade of blue if you wanted it to be more of a, see, that's kind of a, you know what, I think I'm going to go a little bit lighter because I don't, hang on, I don't like that. That's too, we're going to add a little bit more white. There we go. I think I like that better. But you could do a really pale blue to make it look more sky blue if you wanted. Really, anything works. It's your painting. I always tell all my painters at the paint parties, it is your painting. You do it how you want to do it. This is how I'm going to do this one. Now I'm not going to paint over my pumpkin part because it's going to be orange. So I am going to go around the edges a bit. So we are literally slapping some paint on there. Mix up a little bit more. Here we go. We're just gonna paint this area right here. Our page has grown a lot the past week and a half, so if you are new, welcome. Thank you for following our page. Every little bit helps. We are really trying to get the page to grow and kick off. I do have a giveaway going. It is pinned at the top of my page. And when we reach 1,000 followers, I will gift away one August box to anyone who shares it. And here's the key. You have to make sure when you share it that it is public, or I can't see you share it to your personal page. If I'm not a friend of yours, I can't see it. So be sure if you share it that it's set to public so that I can see it and get your name entered in the drawing. So when we hit that 1,000 mark, I will give away a free August box. Hopefully we'll hit that this week, the way the page is growing. Just going to add a little bit more. Here we go. And I'm not worried about the lines not showing because they are going to pop through there. I've shown y'all that before, but I'll raise this up and show you again how it'll shine through. It'll be okay. I'm really excited for y'all to see the August design. It is super cute, super fall-like. Okay. Now, let's see, get it in the camera right. Maybe it'll focus, but you can see the lines. Right here's part of the vine. You can still see those lines. Okay, now, there we go. Making sure I'm up high enough. I think I'm going to go ahead now at this point, and we're going to get the pumpkin painted. Really want some of this to dry more before I do anything else. And I am just using regular orange for this one. Load up my brush. Again, so many options for this one. You could paint your pumpkin red, you could paint it gray, purple. There's so many different fun options you could do. I love those princess pumpkins. What do they call them? Princess pumpkins? Or I think they're princess pumpkins. Fairy tale pumpkins. I can't remember what they're called, but they're like that really pretty gray. Those are so fun. It would be really pretty to do one of those on this. But I figured since I already did the white and the gray, we don't need to do that. I really need my angled brush. If you don't have one of these kind of brushes, can you see it? It's at an angle. Get you one. They come in very handy, especially if you're going to be painting door hangers yourself at home with the subscription kit. I highly recommend getting one. I got these at Michael's and they were in the clearance section. I think I paid $1 or $2. And it's been one of my favorite brushes. But it really helps kind of do your edges. If you're not real comfortable with using a bigger brush around the edges, this one will help you get in there. And that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm just going to do all my edging and then I'll come back with my bigger brush. Okay, now I'm going to use my bigger brush here and we're just going to fill all this in. This is all the pumpkin and we'll do outlining in a minute. We'll trace those lines where you can really see the outline of the pumpkin and it's going to pop. It'll look really good. A lot of my designs I like to go back later, and you can always add it later. I love to add glitter. I'll use the glitter glue in the bottles. And a lot of times I will paint glitter on with my holographic paint that has glitter in it. So that's always fun. Just gives you some fun touches to add. there's our pumpkin. Now, add a little bit of brown. I'm gonna need my smaller brush. All right, got the brown, and I'm gonna use, and I just used earth brown is all I'm using. Can you see it? Yeah. And then I'm gonna use, this one's avocado. I'm gonna use it for my leaves. I always end up putting way too much out. And because this is a little trickier in there and it's curvy, I'm gonna use my angled brush again. It's what I'm comfortable with. I'm gonna go ahead. It's still a little damp, but I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna paint my leaf green. And then I have another leaf right up here, and I'm going to paint it green. So my turquoise is still a little wet. That's okay. For the live, I'll go back over it after it's had time to dry, put another coat, just to give it a little bit darker color. But I didn't want to run my hair dryer on the live because I know the loud noise sometimes bothers people. And again here. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna rinse my brush. Now we're gonna add the brown. In this, I'm gonna just go ahead and do my stem first. Again, my turquoise is still a little damp, so it's kind of giving it a neat look though. I kind of like it. Looks a little more real this way. Anyway, now I'm going to start on the vine, and I'm basically going to just follow, rotating it in my hand, returning it, just following the line. And I can come back in and fill in here in a minute any areas that didn't get filled in. But just basically getting at least that first layer on it. Okay. A little more brown. There's that half. Oh, I missed a leaf. I need to come back and add that leaf. Rounding it out. You also could use another brush for this part. You could use a round brush like this, and it would, let's see if you can see it, there we go. It would give you that control too of going around. I just like my angled brushes. I feel like I had the most control with it, but you can use whatever brush you have and just take your time. Something I hear all the time at my paint parties: I'm no good, I'm not an artist, I can't paint. Yes, you can. If you can color in a coloring book, you can do my designs. You never know until you try. It's always a good excuse for someone and they don't realize their abilities. So don't cut yourself short. There we go. Now my vine is done. And we're going to, let me paint that little green leaf that I missed. There we go. All right. Now, since I forgot to bring my gray with me, I'm just going to take a little bit of this black and a little bit of this white, and we're going to make gray. Easy. Don't have it, make it. Okay, there's my gray. Right there. And all I need it for is my lights and my mirrors. Making the circle. Something fun you can do also is come in and if you like polka dots, add polka dots to your truck. If you like, a lot of people you could write Happy Fall. If you're real good at freehanding, write Happy Fall or put your last name right here. Whatever you want to dress this part up, that's the beauty of it. You can really make it your own. Painting the mirror. And I'm going to show y'all a trick. For those that I do these a lot, I do it a lot at my paint parties, but there's so many that they get nervous and scared over the outlining. Well, you know what? There's a trick to it. And I laugh and say, yeah, it's cheating. But I say, if it makes you more comfortable, then use it. I will bring out, this is a fabric marker. There's all sorts of different markers. Get a Sharpie. I got this one, I think this was from H-E-B. It's a fat tip marker. Use it to trace your lines if you are scared of lines, of outlining anything. Don't make it hard on yourself. Rinse my brush. Okay, got to paint our tires and we'll add a few little accents and we will be done with this one. Again, if you're catching the replay, be sure to let us know you're on the replay. If you don't mind, sprinkle, sprinkle, which means S-H-A-R-E. They don't like us to say the word because then it messes everything up. And I'm trying to get the page to grow, so I don't need any mess-ups. Don't forget, at the very top of my page pinned, I have a fun gift away happening when we reach 1,000 Facebook followers. I also have started my YouTube page, and it's going to be, a lot of these tutorials will be uploaded there, but I also will be putting all the tutorials for the subscription boxes. Those will be on my YouTube page also, just to give you that video tutorial so you can follow along and paint it. Okay. Excuse me. So I've got the tires painted. Now we're going to put this over here a little bit. And my hands are filthy. So something fun I did on the other one, and I thought, well, we can do it on this one. We need tire marks. So I'm just going to take the brush and zigzags. And I'm just using a simple, smaller round brush. Dabbing it in the white. No rhyme or reason. Okay. Now, normally I would wait for this to dry before I start tracing, and it's getting pretty dry. But this is what I was telling you. You don't need, you can always use a paintbrush, and if I was to do some outlining with the black paint, if I had my paintbrush I would use. There's two options that I personally would use. Again, not everybody is different. I would use one of these to do my outlining, the angle brush or just a smaller filbert brush. Up to you. But to show you a trick, I'm going to use, and hopefully this marker will work, we'll see. We're just gonna, in the lines, you can see the lines. I don't know if you can see it down low, but let me put it up here. Maybe it'll focus enough for you. But you can still see all the lines in this truck through the paint. So I'm just gonna take it and we're gonna start tracing. And there's this marker, and the one I've been using a lot lately is gonna be this one. I feel like I have a little more control. Any kind of big Sharpie will work. My paint's still wet, so this may not work. And as you can see, the tracing helps. Sorry, my head gets in the way. And I do like to take around the edges so it's all traced out. Oh, I really messed it up there. I'm going to come back over and paint that. Excuse my little mess up, my hand slipped. Hopefully my head's not getting in the way. Just going to trace around all the edges, around all the little pieces, all the designs. Just kind of helps make them stand out. And then once it's all completely dry, I will add, I like to go back in personally and add my glitter. It's not necessarily, not everybody likes glitter, and that's okay. But for me, it really makes it stand out. I like it. I'm trying to let that right there dry just a little bit more. Paint is still wet right there. And I'm gonna have to come back in because I just set my hand in it. Come back in when it's all completely dry and finished tracing, and I'll post a picture of it. But this just gives you an idea. So, like I said, I messed up right there, and that's okay. It's just paint, we'll paint over it. If anything, we can do a freehand lettering, something. I'm trying to let this dry. It's not one to outline. Very easy, because it is still so wet, but that's okay. But like I said, you don't have to use paint and a paintbrush to do your outlining. Grab them, and this is literally all, it's a fabric marker. It's still gonna work. I can still spray it with a clear coat. It's gonna cover just fine. It's gonna seal just fine. I'm not gonna have issues with that. It'll be okay. So we're gonna finish out the back window here of the truck. If you're just hopping on, be sure to say hello. Let me know where you're from if you're not local. Local meaning Andrews, Seminole area. I'm gonna flip this around, hold tight. Paint's still wet right there, so it's not wanting to grab. It's okay, we can come back over it and do any touching up that we need. Now, because this is all still so wet, I'm not going to trace it just yet. Give it a little bit more time to dry. Like I said, I will post a picture when it's all done, so you can kind of get an idea of what I was talking about. See how it's not wanting to pick it up real good because it's It's just too wet still, and I don't want to use a hair dryer and be loud. Okay. So this is my turquoise one. Like I said, I'm going to go back over it. We can cover it up. It's just paint, not a big deal. But this is one I'm working on for a paint party. If you're just joining us, this is what I did the other day. Same truck, just different color combinations. I was just wanting a different look, just to have as extra samples, because this is going to be for a fundraiser paint party. You can kind of see them side by side. I may paint, thinking about doing a red one with maybe a turquoise pumpkin, just so no, red and turquoise is still very, very popular. I will go back and add my glitter. One thing I love to use, and I got this at, this is Hobby Lobby, is this holographic illusions. And I like to dip my paintbrush in here and just splatter it just in different areas, make lines, whatever. And it gives it that little pop of glittery shine. Here, I'll show you on this teacher one I did this morning. But you can see it gives that fun little glitter shine. That's what that looks like when it dries. So it makes it fun if you like glitter. Great way to add some fun. From Big Spring, well, you're not very far from me at all, Cheryl. Thanks for joining us. I guess you're about an hour away since I'm in Andrews. So yeah, this pattern is fun. This one is actually going to be for a fundraiser in August. It's going to be here in Andrews. Maybe you can make it over and join us for a paint party. I'm going to post a link for it later today, but glad you joined us. So don't forget, August 1st is subscription boxes. I may go live July 31st and show y'all the design. I've kind of wanted it to be a surprise, but I may change my mind and do something different. These are just some of the fun goodies that kind of go along with that August box. Again, if you sign up August 1st through the 5th, you will get an extra little freebie from me. It will close August the 10th. There are two options, the DIY kit where you paint it yourself and one that is fully painted. It's going to be an option. You can also switch it. If one month you don't think you have time to paint, that's fine. I'll paint it for you. You can always switch your boxes on the website through your account. But that is all I am doing for today. Thank y'all for joining me. Don't forget to like and sprinkle and follow, and don't forget about the gift away I have going at the top of my page. And y'all have a blessed day.